I tried recreating 1.21 in 1.12.2 and it was horrible. I'm not going to delay the shit show that is this video, but I am going to say make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and I plan on returning some of the older series that I've had on my channel, so stay tuned and make sure to subscribe to see those new videos. Let's get right into this. So here's the modpack playing away. I actually didn't mean to show this, but I was trying to show the search bar up here. Majority of the mods that I get for this project, this mini project, I try to look for mods online. And majority of the mods come from Curse Forge, so I usually use the search bar here. I would use the in launcher search bar, which is this thing right here, in the launcher search bar. But this doesn't really have a lot of search engine stuff. Like the search engine in this is really terrible. And this isn't much better, so usually you just use Google, but this is a lot better than the one in the launcher in my opinion. So I use this to search up a lot of stuff, and I mean, there isn't a lot to work with. Let me go through why this is so hard to do. Well, first off, these mobs right here, there is no real mob mod for 1.12.2 that will give us the same quality of mobs, let alone give us the mobs at all for 1.12.2. The 1.16.5, that might be more doable to do this challenge on, so I might do that challenge later. Let me know down below if I should do that. But if you look through here, there's no 1.12.2 mob vote mobs, so you can't really do 1.12.2 mob vote mobs at all. Another more obvious issue are the caves, because if we're being real here, let me actually sort this by 1.12.2. The only cave mods for 1.12.2 that actually give you a pretty unique cave generation is Youngsbitters Caves and the Worldly's Caves. These two mods are the only ones that give you a really unique cave generation that isn't just, you know, like, that isn't just added more blocks. Everything else doesn't really give you the caves of 1.18.2, and we'll get to why this mod sucks later. But you look through, there's not a lot of stuff for caves. I mean, look at this. There's not. I think that's a mod pack. It's really just, there's nothing there for caves really. Maybe Cavern Tweaks could do something, but that's like expecting a lot. And then we did try out this mod later. You'll see why this sucks, but we're just going to go ahead and move on to the next issue that we ran into. There are a couple of structures that we couldn't really fully port into the game. Most notably are the little like digging sites, the little trail sites. I completely forget what they're called on the top of my head, but you guys probably know what I'm referring to. There is simply no mod that adds this in, and you can kind of understand why, but also it's a little disheartening per se. And yeah, if you search up trims, it'll just give you a bunch of crimson stuff, because that there is no trims. Trims that doesn't exist. But crimson stuff for Thaumcraft, hey buddy, that now we're getting somewhere. Let's just get to the video and show you what we did find. By we, I mean I keep saying we. And just show why you should not do this in 1.12.2. Up first is the Warden mod, and well, I think my reaction here speaks for itself, but this mod to my knowledge doesn't really add a Warden structure, and the deep dark biome is everywhere. This is also in combination with that cave mod that I showed earlier. It had a right idea where instead of lowering the bedrock to -60, you raise everything up instead. The problem is that leaves terrible terrain generation on the surface, because the world limit is 256 for terrain generation. Here's my initial reaction. So whoever made the Warden mod, instead of making the actual like biomes, like the cave biomes for, oh my goodness, what is this? Instead of making proper cave biomes, he just made a big mess with the, oh my goodness, bro. Okay, so I'm back in here, and so I have a bit of a situation where we can have either A, cliffs, or B, caves. This is not the caves and cliffs update. This is the caves or cliffs update. We can't have both because they both use some sort of like terrain generation. Chances are I'm going to like the cliffs a lot more because I have better caves installed, and that right there is enough to make it good. The issue is it doesn't have like the, you know, it doesn't have, oh, I accidentally went to, damn it. It doesn't have like the heights, but it still has, you know, enough for me to be satisfied. Yeah, so this is the cliffs right here. Very good cliffs. I like the style of the cliffs that he's made. So it's an overall like really good screenshot. It's overall like a really good like hills formation. So yeah, no, you know, it's like it's a really good look, and it's not really the biomes. I don't think the biomes exist, but that right there, perfect, fantastic. There's also going to be occasional like, okay, so I believe they have this right here, which is a part of the same thing, volcanic ash. That's from the climatic biomes. So they have these things all around, and I don't know how I feel about them per se. It's okay, I guess. Now, one thing I will say is that the cliffs do end around like at 256, so that's like the height limit for the generation. Otherwise, it'll just be like a flat mountain. But that right there, it looks pretty good. But meanwhile, we go underground. As you can see, we don't have the deep cave systems. I also just saw the ruined portals, and yeah, they're pretty terrible. So the reason why the ruined portals is such a terrible design, if you think about the ruined portals in Minecraft, they have their own generation, their own form of generation. The mod creator would need to come up with their own form of generation to make it work for the nether portals, the ruined portals. And it's easily doable. Like, if you know modding, you can easily do it. It's just the issue is there is no real purpose in doing that, because ruined portals is just a minor feature added to Minecraft, and it might be a very nice passion project, but it's just such like there's no point basically. The villages themselves are pretty good. I'd argue that the village updates that this mod provides is even better than the village update that they have for 1.14, I think. That's just because like there's more unique villagers, there's more like unique designs for certain roles, certain professions. Like, I like the designs for some of these things. And also the villagers have different skin tones, which is a really cool concept to have, because I just feel like the skin tones didn't really make too much sense to have it all the same for everywhere you go. At least, you know, like in Minecraft sense, that made sense to me. But now that I see it here, it makes a little bit more sense for them to have different skin tones. I also installed a raids mod, and everything looks almost perfect with this mod. The issue is, with this village mod, it doesn't work. The raid never starts, and sometimes when it does start, it ends way too early. I'm only doing a synopsis of that because it just took way too long to just shove it in this video. And one thing I like to remind you guys is that this might actually be easier to accomplish, like a 1.20 backport, if you go to the 1.16.5 update and do this, because one, a lot more mods there for this to even work, and two, the reason why 1.16.5 is such a good update for that is because the thing is 1.16.5 you can do a lot more, but like the data packs, and they'll have the nether like with the piglins and such, so that would take out the zombie piglins and put in piglins and zombified piglins. For the last bit of this video, I tried to add in the aquatic updates, and there was a perfect mod that added in even some of the modern stuff today, but there was a slight issue that you'll see in just a second. Oh no, wait, I didn't, shoot, I didn't, what the frick? Oh my goodness. Oh no. That is awful. Also, you know, for people that are new to this like mod, this might even seem like cursed. Okay, so I'm adding this mod right here, Oceanic Expanse, but the issue with this mod is that it adds in other mobs and such, which I don't think is a problem per se. Like, they add in the turtles, great, fantastic, but also adds in a whole lot more on top of that, which I think is perfectly fine, but overall it's just really difficult. And at this point, there's no real point of doing this for 1.12.2 because it just doesn't make much sense. Now, here's something interesting. Apparently, there's supposed to be a lush biome and we're in the lush biome. I thought that this would be cave biome, but let me see something. Game mode, spectator. Oh, there's no nice way of putting it. It's just gross. It's not like, oh, it's not organized at all. It's just all over the place. There is no real structure to the moss. It's just everywhere. It does add in the drip leaf and all that stuff. I mean, it's not an overall terrible, like it's not like an unplayable thing. It just doesn't look as good as one would hope it would look. You know what I mean? I just want I only expected like the Azazel tree with the caves underneath it, like how it is normally. But I mean, that's just, no, that's just, it doesn't work out very well. Okay. What is this? Why is there an illusioner? Yeah, this is why Future MC is a terrible, terrible mod for Future Minecraft. Because Future MC, I completely forgot to do the terrain generation, by the way, but anyways, enough of that. Future MC is just a terrible mod for that. Now, let's get to Ocean Expanse, because I think Oceanic Expanse does have like a lot of good stuff going for it. If I can find an ocean, that is, of course. So as soon as I find an ocean, you'll see like a lot of the stuff that they have, and it's like really, really good. We cannot find an ocean for the life of us. Like, bro, I've been trying to find an here we go. We have some ocean stuff. So yeah, we have kelp here, and we have like the usual stuff that you would expect. It's just that if we go into creative real quick, oh, here we go. So this is the coquina, and this is the turtle. Oh yeah, so this does come with the coral. So as you can see here in the warm ocean, we have the coral. So this does exist. That's fantastic. That's great. And I mean, aside from that, that's just it. And it's not really much, unfortunately. Oh my goodness, they actually come with drowns and ship. Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit. So almost the entire update and then some comes with that mod. So that's great. We like that. That would be like the second best mod behind the village mod. The reason why I say second best, by the way, is because I actually ran that mod a couple times, and on servers it crashes because some of the mobs don't really function very well. That's all I can really say regarding my chances at getting a very functioning 1.12.2 mod pack that is a backport of all the other stuff. And let's just be real here, it's a very stupid idea to make a mod pack on that, because it's just better to just go with what's already in the game's written code rather than rely on mods to make it that way. The only reason why you would rely on mods to make it that way is if it adds in really cool features like the Oceanic Expanse, or if it adds a nice touch to what is previously existing, such as the Village Names mod. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.